What's going on, guys? Stark Star again. Here I go again. Damn, I'm right. A video back to back. That's crazy. Kind of thought I had nothing to say. Um, man, I guess I'm going to speak on something that I guess is controversial. Um, U.S. immigration. Oh man, I have a I suppose I have an emotional soft spot because I feel like I'm from Arizona, and I feel like most of the people I've met, most of the friends I've had have, are of Mexican descent, of Mexican or Hispanic descent, and you know, I feel like, oh man, I don't know. I'm not a politician, and I don't really look into politics too much. I just feel like, just from the life I've lived, I don't really see the problem, man. I don't see the problem of people coming in here illegally. I guess it's a problem if you're like become a criminal and you do crime. I've just met a lot of good people who might have been, undocumented or documented, who are great, upstanding fucking citizens, fucking hell, better people than fucking, natural fucking pure blooded Americans, I would say. Um, I just, here's my thing that I kind of like am kind of seeing, and I don't know if this is just a Trump thing because I feel like I guess this is always has been a problem, like an issue, a discussion that Americans have had, government and citizens alike. But I feel like, when Trump first came into office all those years ago, I suppose the mindset was that, like, getting rid of, these people would, give more, economic opportunities for, people to, like, get more jobs and shit or whatever. And if that's not it, I'm sure that was part of it. But if that's not all of it, I apologize. But like, that was like kind of like my understanding of why Trump has like pushed this so much. And I kind of think like, and maybe we're in a position where it's like I don't see like the results of this. Like I don't see it. Like I don't see, like, let's say we got all fucking all illegal illegal Mexicans or just people out of America. Like what? Like I don't. Yeah, like, these jobs. Like I don't know if people are really gonna go for these jobs that they do low key. That I guess they stereotypically do, but whatever. Like it's basically like right now we're going through the rough patches. Like he's trying to get rid of all these people. And honestly, I don't think I stand for it, man, because I just feel like you're hurting a lot of people. And this is like kind of a discussion I've been having with myself the past couple of weeks. The thing with like logic and emotions. I think I think both are good. Like I don't think logic is always like I feel like for the most part logic is better than emotions because I think like with logic it's like, oh, A and B. You know what I mean? If you get A and B, you get C. If you get one, two, you get three. But it's also like, what am I trying to say here? But it's like, it's never that simple, like that, it's never that simple. And I kind of think like people who are people who are too logical are like fucking robots, fucking AI, this motherfuckers making AI, and then well, that's when we're gonna get fucking Terminator and the Matrix and shit or whatever the fuck the future of AI looks like. But and then emotional people are it's chaos, it's chaotic, we get violence and like We get violence either way, but like, you know what I mean? I feel like with emotions is bad. So I feel like rationality is kind of like a mixture of both. You know what I mean? Like, cause like it's easy to be like, oh man, like people who don't belong here, like people who like weren't like, like who didn't come here through the proper systems, people who aren't born here are just taking up space and taking our jobs, and they should fucking go back. But it's like, man, these people have been here for fucking years, man. And then like regardless, like motherfuckers still pay rent. I don't know, like I don't know what to say. Like just like people they still live if they have like a home, and if they work and they do things, like they're still helping out. How are they not? You know what I mean? Like how are they not? But unless they're criminals, you know what I mean? And maybe that's what it should apply to. If I'm not like a God, I don't even know if I should be saying all this, but like I'm not really I don't know, man. I feel like it's still the wild out here. You know what I mean? Like we have rules, and like rules are important, and like I wouldn't want anybody coming after me, in age, like kids or like anybody getting hurt, or just people. I wouldn't want people getting hurt unnecessarily. You know what I mean? But I think like it's survival of the fittest out here, and I feel like people turn to crime, and it's not always right, and it's not always okay. But people do bad things, and sometimes bad things, and all that shit is relative, but or subjective, I should say. Is that the right term? Subjective. But I feel like just America being biased to America. You know what I mean? Like, of course, we don't want criminals. So maybe I feel like I don't know if that's gonna make anything easier, but maybe immigration laws should really only apply to people who are like really really like really criminals. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, this motherfucker's a criminal, maybe he should go. You know what I mean? um yeah, I don't know. That there was like a whole thing about that not too long ago. I don't even, forgive me, I'm not even like looking any of this shit up, but we had a individual who I guess was deported back to Mexico, but I think like it was like wrong, like it was a wrong identification because he actually is like American born or whatever. But it was like a whole thing. It's like you guys sent a motherfucker home who's like American. Like you guys sent a motherfucker back to Mexico who's American. But I think the issue was is that he was doing crime or whatever. So it's like I don't know. I never really got a fucking full answer on that. And that's kind of the thing about fucking politics, because it's like if you really want to like understand politics, I feel like you gotta really fucking dive the fuck in, bro. You really gotta dive the fuck in, because anything you talk about is just like if you don't know too much on a matter, you know what I mean? Like that's kind of like the difficulty I have. It's like I don't want to like speak on anything wrong. Like politics are so serious, like these are people's lives at stake from what I'm seeing. Um, we got some LA riots going on right now. A lot of people not liking that shit. And honestly, I get it, man. I really do get it. I just feel like we have to find. I don't know. I think it would make sense to like try to find some balance in this shit, if that even exists, man. Things usually go one way. Things usually don't go how you think they go. But I think it's nice to try, man. Anyway, it's the end of this video. Thanks for listening. Hope I didn't say anything too crazy or controversial, even though, man, I don't know. It's not that I necessarily care. I just don't need any fucking trouble. I got a life to live of my fucking own, We all got lives to live of our own. But yeah, anyway, thanks for listening again. Yeah, see you guys later.